Hello, everyone, and welcome to metroTV. I'm Andy Hoy, your host, publisher and CEO of Metro Magazine. What a great show today. We're talking to Eileen Warren. We'll also be talking to Chris Covey, Mustaches for Kids, and Susie Nelson, who is their charity partner, Angels Among Us. And then one of my favorite people, Lindsay Ray Corton, with Ronald McDonald House Charities of Omaha. So don't go away. We will be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm here with Chris Covey. He is with Mustaches for Kids. And I'm also here with Susie Nelson for Angels Among Us. So we're going to get to you, Susie, in a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about Mustaches for Kids. And what exactly is it? You were, before we go, you were like my first guest the first time I did Metro TV. So
I thought you were just practicing and that it would never air. I thought you were like, who can I get to come on? And then if it goes really, really south, then we can just put it in the can and let's get some good practice. But
it was a great interview, so it's great to have you back. But yeah, that was after the fact.
Right.
This is before. So
Yes.
Talk to us about what's going on now with Mustaches for Kids.
yeah, we are the Omaha chapter of an international group called Mustaches for Kids. And what we do is really simple. It's stupid, but it's simple. We get a bunch of guys together, and for 30 days we start clean shaven, and for 30 days we grow just a mustache. No goatee, no beard, just a straight stash. And during that 30 days, while people ask us, what's going on with your face, man? We say, hey, I'm glad you asked. I'm growing this out for a charity. Please go online and donate. And then all of that money goes to a local children's charity.
Right. So you are, so it's April 30th, as we're talking, so to speak.
Yes.
And so your people are going to start growing their mustaches
On Thursday. So we start May 2nd.
Okay.
Is our clean shave kickoff. That's
Okay.
at Two Fine Irishmen, and that's when we all start. Everybody shows up clean shaven. You get your picture taken, so that there's a baseline for everybody. Nobody's cheating.
Right.
And that's when, if you're a new grower, we bring you in. We explain how it all works, how the online donations work, what you can do to help raise money for the charity. They get to meet the charity, so they find out about their mission, which we'll find out here in a second.
Yeah.
And mostly it's just so that they realize that this is a real thing and that they haven't been pranked by their friends.
And how long are you growing your mustache?
It's 30 days. We end on June 1st at Stash Bash, which is this massive mustache-themed costume party down at the Slowdown.
It's amazing. It's so much fun.
It's almost indescribable. We call it the best memory you'll never have.
Yeah.
It's part beauty pageant, part costume contest, part Academy Awards. And it is just, it's one of those things where you get people there, and then at the end of the night, they're like, okay, I get it now. I get it. This was the greatest night of my life, and I got married and had a kid this year.
Right.
It's better than both those things.
Last year was the first time I went to it, and it was, I mean, I had so much fun. It's something that you just, in the world of charity events, and I've been to thousands of them.
I think you've been to all of them.
Yeah, I mean, so many. It's just, we'll keep talking about that and pushing out through May. So let's go to the charity piece. So every year you choose a charity.
Yes.
And kind of walk me through that process.
Sure. So we have an application. We've done an application for about the last 6 or 7 years, and we ask somewhat regular questions about your board and your funding and all that. And then we ask a few silly questions, some really absurd ones. For example, one year we asked, here was the question. You walk into a room, Tom Selleck is in one corner and Burt Reynolds is in the other corner. In the middle of the room is a plate of bacon and the most beautiful woman in the world. What happens next? And then they have to kind of show us that they're kind of insane and crazy, because you have to be a little bit of both to put up with us for 30 days.
Absolutely.
Because you have to have a sense of humor. And then we go through it. We had over 30 charities apply this year.
Yeah.
Our board whittles that down. We go through a selection process. It's really hard because Omaha has awesome charities, and the applications are really funny, but there can be only one. So every year we pick one.
Well, that brings us to you, Susie Nelson,
Yes.
Executive Director, Angels Among Us. Congratulations.
Thank you. We are
First of all.
pinching ourselves.
How did you answer that question? The
We
Tom
didn't actually
That
have
wasn't
that
this
question.
year's application.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
We had to give our top 10. I gave my top 10 reasons why the original Magnum PI was better than the remake of Magnum PI.
Yeah, we asked which one was better, and that was really a filter question. If anybody even got close to the new one is watchable, we just threw it in the trash. And I will say,
I didn't
Omaha,
know there was a new one.
I don't know if this is the right camera, but I will say, Omaha, good job. Not a single charity missed that.
I love it. I love it. Well, talk to us a little bit about Angels Among Us. I mean, I'm familiar with the organization. You guys have been doing so many wonderful things. And
Thank you.
how many years have you been doing this? It's not
2006 we were founded.
Okay,
And
yeah.
that first year we helped about 7 families.
Yeah.
Fast forward to last year, we helped 99 families from across Nebraska and Iowa with nearly $400,000 in support.
So important.
Yeah, these are families that are plopped in Omaha, know nothing about our community, and have a child with cancer. And so we step in and help them pay important bills so that they can focus on their kids.
Yeah. Do you have like a waiting list? I mean,
We often have a waiting
Okay.
list. We, in the last week, got 6 applications. Our operating budget will handle about 2 to 3 a month. So there were months where we had 4 to 6 months of a wait for families, which
Yeah.
absolutely makes me not sleep at night. And so thanks to the Mustache guys, we're going to be able to do a one-to-one match and not tell a family they have to wait for our help. So
Yeah, because a lot of times that's like life or death at times. I mean,
it's huge. It's losing a house. It's you
Yeah.
know, being evicted. So we're helping families to stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can people find out more about you?
They can visit our website, which is myangelsamongus.org.
Okay.
Tells all about our programs, our families, where they come from, our impact. So they
Yeah.
can learn that there.
And I also know you're in our annual giving guide as well,
am,
so you can go to
yes.
spiritofomaha.com. Great profile on you as well.
Awesome. Thank
But
you.
so so mustaches, people can still sign up.
Yeah, no, you can sign up. You can go online right now, whenever you're watching this, whether it's online or whether the show's airing. You can go to M4KOmaha.com, and there's a button right there, register now. You can go in, you register, you'll get a welcome email kind of telling you what to expect next. And then the main thing is Thursday, show up at Two Fine Irishmen at Clean Shave. You'll be a little overwhelmed at first. It's okay, relax. We'll walk you through the process. It was easy when we had 30 guys.
I know, but
And
that's my next question. How many participated last year?
Yeah, so we started 11 years ago. We wanted to have 12 guys do like a pilot project, and our goal was to beat Iowa. Iowa had raised $2,000.
Okay.
We ended up with 30 guys. We call them the original Dirty 30. And we raised $20,000, and we thought, man, this is a ton of money. And fast forward 10 years, last year we raised over $620,000. Our charity partner last year was Special Olympics to help their unified sports program. We're over $2.4 million since we started. We're the biggest chapter in the country. Our totals the last 3 years have been the highest totals anyone's ever raised. So we're now messaging that. We weren't doing that before, but we're telling guys, look, you can be a part of something really, really cool here. And last year we had 300 guys, which was a record number of guys growing, and we're on pace to actually pass that, believe it or not.
Pass that this year. And again, if I could grow a mustache, I would totally do this, but I can't. So I would encourage everybody who's watching this. It's fun. It's for a great cause. It's in the community. I mean, it's so much fun. During the month of May, I remember last year just watching the guys that were doing this, and they're posting funny stuff on Facebook, and people are supporting. And again, the Stash Bash, June 1st of this year, is something that is unlike any charity event I've ever been to.
Yeah. And we tell guys, if you're on the fence, you're not sure about this, maybe you don't know anybody, you don't have a buddy to do it with, just come to Clean Shave. It's open to everybody. Get a beer, have a sandwich, just look around, learn about us, watch the presentation. If you go through that and you're like, you know what, this isn't for me, fine. But there's a good chance you're going to see it and go, oh, okay, this is legit, and this looks like a lot of fun, and you'll want to sign up. But just take us for a test drive.
Yeah.
Two Fine's a great place.
It is. And where's it at again?
It's a Two Fine.
Okay, but do you know the address?
180th and Q.
Okay.
It's on the southwest corner in that strip
From
mall
time frame, times. What time zone is it in?
6 o'clock doors open, but we'll be there. 7:45-ish is the presentation. So that's kind of the key time if you're unsure, you want some information. But there's a lot of information on the website too. We have our grower guide there.
Okay, so website again, Chris, is?
M4KOmaha, number 4.com.
Okay. All right, thanks for coming on. It's fun to talk about this beforehand, and we'll probably talk about it afterhand.
Yeah, and it's strange to not have it. Like,
I know.
my mustache is named the Commodore. We all name our mustaches, so.
Yeah, and you have on your Facebook page too, you can actually go and watch the video from last year and see lots of photos, so lots of good information. And again, Susie, congratulations, Angel Among Us. I know the charities each year, it's what it's all about. I mean,
Yeah, at
reason
the end of
we're
the
doing
day, this money's not coming in because we look awesome. I mean, we do. But the money comes in because we've picked some really great charities.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Susie.
Thanks, Andy.
And we will be right back. Welcome back. I'm here with Lindsay Ray Corton. She is the Executive Director of the Ronald McDonald House Charities in Omaha. Lindsay, thank you for coming back. Times two, the second time.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. We have made quite a bit of progress since the last time I've seen you. Yeah.
So when you were on here, when you were on the show, like last fall, maybe even early fall, we were talking about the new building. And it kind of seemed like way far out there.
Well, anything does when you're under construction,
Yeah.
right? So we have undergone 18 months of construction, and
Wow.
some of the features that we've been able to add have grown exponentially in a way
Yeah.
that we didn't even recognize. So,
Right.
We are just around the corner from doing our grand opening ribbon cutting because we are done.
I'm so excited. So let's just talk a little bit quick history
Sure.
of Ronald McDonald House.
Sure. So in 1994, the house started as just a little 9-room facility that had an apartment that was attached to it with one full-time person who lived there. And that's when it started. Now, 25 years later, we have 40 rooms that are going to open up, and in some of those spaces, in addition to the 40 rooms and the growth that we needed in order to accommodate all of the families that we were turning away, there's all kinds of other things that we added. Things that, like a hair salon, and things like an educational space for families to not only have the gaps in education that their children are experiencing because of travel and their siblings, but also education classes for parents. And so now they have a space to do that.
Nice.
Now they have a huge kitchen that was put together with the Mustaches for Kids guys. Now they have a playroom that was sponsored by Bland & Associates. And we also have what's really neat. When you walk in, we wanted floor to ceiling glass with nothing but brand new toys inside. So there was a beautiful distraction for these kids who are traveling from all over the world to come here, and they can go pick out whatever they want. So just a lot of little details that are being put together to really help establish a sense of normalcy. And overall, what we're trying to accomplish with the addition of all of these spaces and coming where we're at right now is taking extraordinary measures to create ordinary times.
Right.
And what I mean by that is these families are faced with such a huge, huge burden, and the one thing that would be really nice is to just feel bored and not have another huge load dropped on you or another treatment plan and all of that. So if we can create a new normal, then we've done our job, and that's what we're doing this project for.
I love that, because these families are coming to Omaha because a child is
critically ill.
Critically ill.
Critically ill.
Yeah.
They have nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
They can't get the care that they need in their hometown, wherever that's at, and so they come to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing on Facebook, so I just always encourage people to like your Facebook page, because you've had some really, as this has unfolded and the different rooms and the different spaces, you have ribbon cuttings. It almost seems like you have one almost every day, but maybe every week.
It seems like that.
Yeah, but you're like unveiling certain things. So on the 11th of May is when you have a grand opening to the public?
Yeah, so we're doing two. One is on the 9th, which is far more formal. It's more like a press conference, and that's for major donors and those kind of folks. But then on the 11th, it's for the rest of the community, because really this is about what Omaha does. We take care of people. We don't care where you're from. We don't care what your treatment plan is. We just know that you need a place, and we've got you. So the whole community is coming together. We're shutting the street down. We're going to have Mustaches for Kids guys grilling. We're going to have OPD there. We'll have all kinds of games, fun, food. It's going to be awesome, and you can tour.
Yeah. So address, where's it at?
620 South 38th Avenue is technically, and we're right in between Dodge and Leavenworth on 38th Ave.
Okay.
Right on the backside of Nebraska Medicine.
Okay, all right, because I'm trying in my head, thinking about where that's at. So,
Yeah.
And so people can come on the day. What are from?
Come in the morning, 9:30. Come and hang out with us all day, and have a good time. Bring all of your kids. Bring all your kids. Bring your friends' kids. just come check
Yeah.
it out and see and be a part of this. We couldn't do this without the entire community.
Yeah.
We are almost fully volunteer run. We have
Right.
2,600 volunteers.
That's
That is what
amazing.
Omaha is all about. So come, we want everyone to be a part of it.
I love it. I mean, I'm so excited. Again, it's been so much fun to chat with you, and then you're one of my walking
I know.
meeting buddies with your dog. Which
And
was,
now a baby.
Yeah, now a baby. And just kind of talking way back when, and this is now happening, and it is such a big thing for the community. We have so much to be proud of.
We really do. And on a personal note, I was really sick as a kiddo, and this was something that I wanted to do to pay forward all the things that my mom did, and for me.
Yeah.
And this is an incredible sense of pride. But it's not just about me. I was just the one that got to help out. But there is such a huge sense of pride with every single person who has been involved, and there has been a lot. And so there is a personal touch that you can feel, just like there
Yeah.
is with me, with every single person who has their hands in this.
I love it. So where can people go, in addition to Facebook, which I encourage everybody to like your page, website?
Yeah, we've got a couple different. You can go to rmhcomaha.org or makeitordinary.com.
Okay. I love it. And you're also in our annual giving publication, so you can go to spiritofomaha.com and look at
Absolutely.
your profile page there as well. But I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it yet, so
Oh, I can't wait to
I
show
look
you,
forward
Amy.
to it. So, Lindsay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and we will be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm here with Aline Warren. First of all, Aline, you were one of our game changers in our February issue, that we feature women that are doing really great things in the community, but also have a pretty significant executive role as well. So you are the Assistant Vice Chancellor, Executive Director of Human Resources at the UNMC.
That is correct, University of Nebraska Medical Center.
Yeah.
And I've been there for almost 5 years now. And in my role as the senior HR professional, I oversee all of the HR functions for the university.
That's like a pretty big job. That's...
It is. It's a very interesting job.
Yeah.
It's a very rewarding job. I get to work with some outstanding people when you think of healthcare professionals, but then also the HR team that I work with on a daily basis as well. Very rewarding, very challenging, and sometimes even a little fun.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but I want to kind of go back. You're a native of Omaha, so tell me just kind of the back history about you.
Sure. I was born here in Omaha, Nebraska, and I was educated in the Omaha public school system. After I graduated from North High, I attended the University of Nebraska at Omaha. I was a Goodrich Scholar, so very fortunate for that opportunity, and received my undergraduate degree and my graduate degree at UNO. So again, just always have been very, very involved in the community, had an opportunity to go through Leadership Omaha, had an opportunity to go through the ICANN Influence class,
yeah.
yes, many, many years ago. So just always exposed to phenomenal people who were doing wonderful things in the community, and just taught me how it is important to give back and to be a part of the community and make it what you want. So that's kind of my history. I'm married, of course, to my husband, Thomas Warren,
Right.
who was a former police chief.
Right.
First African-American police chief for the city of Omaha. Been married, I think it'd be 34 years
Wow.
this year. So 3 kids, and just very involved parents with our children, who are now grown, of course, but just have been very, very instrumental in helping them get a good start in life. And now
Right.
they're all out on their own and doing wonderful things.
Right, and also your husband, giving him a plug for the nonprofit he oversees now.
Yes, he is the CEO for the Urban League of Nebraska here in Omaha, and he's done that for about 11 years now.
Has it been that long?
I know, right?
Oh
I
my
can't
gosh.
believe it either.
I remember that. I just remember that kind of transition and when he
Right.
stepped into that role, but really important organization.
Oh, they do some wonderful things when it comes to education specifically, and my husband and I are very big advocates when it comes to
Yeah.
education, because we know that truly is a game changer
Yes.
for a lot of people. So we give our our money toward organizations that promote education in the community. We actually last year, well, 2 years, we've actually started our own scholarship for
Really?
individuals. Yeah, through
Okay.
the Urban League, a yearly scholarship that we
Okay.
give to an individual who's going to be going to college. So that's one of the things that we're very, very excited about and very proud of,
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
Well, since we're speaking about the two of you, we'll segue into the Omaha Press Club Face on the Barroom Floor, which I know you were just received that honor and kind of inducted into that whole group of people
Yes.
like a week, 2 weeks ago.
It was April 13th.
Okay, yeah. First of all, congratulations to you, because my dad and I, we were the first father-daughter duo back in 2012 that were had that, honor as well. It's an honor, but it's a little, it's kind of, you have roasters, and it's, I mean,
Yes.
it's a big deal, and you're there in that setting for eternity, for the most part,
Exactly. Well, we were very, very honored when we got the phone call. But then a little scared because, like you said, you get roasters, and
Yes,
so you
yeah.
get to choose your roasters, but you still don't know what kind of things they're going
Yeah.
to get up and say about you. But they did a fantastic job. I would have to say my husband took more of the jabs than I did, but nevertheless, it was for a good cause because some of the proceeds go towards
Yeah.
scholarships for people that want to major in journalism or broadcasting.
Right.
But just honored, thrilled. When they actually put your face down and put the
I
glass
know.
over it, and I'm sure people are walking over it
Yeah.
right now. But nevertheless, just honored to be amongst the faces on that
Yeah.
wall. And as I told them that night, I used to go there. I worked for First National Bank early in my career, and one of the responsibilities that I had was to oversee the management trainee program. And so we would take the trainees up to the press club,
Right.
to try to woo them and
Sure.
say, "Come work for the bank." And I just remember looking around and seeing those faces, never thinking that I would be one of them.
I know.
One of those faces.
Because were you the 160th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah. I
yes.
mean, and that just kind of shows 160 out of all the years they've been doing this. I mean, it is an honor to be up there, and it says something about you and Thomas and your commitment to the community and how you've how you've impacted the community. I mean, you get your face on the barroom floor because of your
Right.
impact and what you've done.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we were just honored and thrilled, and just couldn't have been
Yeah.
more happy about it.
Yeah, wonderful.
Definitely.
So let's talk a little bit about what's next for you. I mean, what do you see?
Well, I see myself just to continue to be active in the community.
Yeah.
Omaha has so many different needs. There's so many things to be involved in. So I don't see myself slowing down in that
Yeah.
regard. I'm currently on the Women's Fund Board. I'm also on the ICANN board, and then Omaha Home for Boys. So those three
Oh my gosh.
organizations
Yeah.
alone, and I'm on the executive committee for all three of those. So those keep me pretty busy, and you work full time, right?
Yeah.
So just trying to balance that. So I'm really conscientious about how many endeavors I'm involved in at one point in time, because I want to do my best, right? I want to be able to go to the
Right.
meetings and give my all and be very engaged and active as a board member.
Well, I just want to, how do you balance all that? I mean, how do you balance that?
Well, I would say it's easier now that all my kids are grown and out of
Sure,
the house.
sure.
So it's just Tom and myself, and it's funny because sometimes we don't see each other until like late at night because he's off doing his volunteer stuff and I'm off doing my volunteer stuff. But for me, it's so important. When I worked for First Data Corporation, which I worked for 17 and a half years, and even working at UNMC, whenever I've gone in, I've just been real upfront to say this community is very important to me. So I
Yeah.
need the flexibility in my schedule to be able to fulfill those commitments. Definitely work here, but also fulfill my commitments. So I'd have to say the employees that I've worked for have been very, very supportive of what I've done. And then sometimes I have to come in on a Saturday and Sunday to get caught up. But that's okay because that's important to me, you know,
Yeah.
to be able to do the community thing and then also work.
Yeah. And one of the things as we kind of wrap up here, is, advice for younger women, because women in leadership roles and women in the nonprofit community, or whether it's volunteering, being on boards, I mean, it's important to, mentor those women, and that's going to be a big part of our future. I mean, women and our role in the society today, I think it has changed over the years.
Yes.
And we're needed. So any advice or any, for younger women as they're looking at getting involved in the community? Getting involved in the community and kind of how you balance that? And you kind of said it, but I just want to leave you with that
Okay.
one last comment.
Okay. Well, I would have to say it's probably one of my most favorite things that I get to do is mentor young women, and I do a lot of it informally. I don't have formal relationships, but a lot of people call me and just want to go to breakfast or lunch or dinner and just talk about their careers and where they're at and maybe some of the struggles that they're having, or just to give some advice. So again, I think I always tell them to be real, you know, in terms of you are who you are. People have to accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
It's so much easier when you can present your authentic self.
Yeah.
In an environment in terms of what you need and what you want. And people usually appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I would just say be yourself, have fun along the way. Don't take yourself too serious.
know.
It's life, you know, things are going to happen. And I just think be true to yourself in terms of who you are, what you feel you've been put on this earth to do, and just to give and to help others.
Yeah. I love that so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And again, thank
Absolutely.
you for letting us share your story in Metro Magazine. It was our February edition where you were our game changer, sponsored by Planet Omaha. So Aline, thank you again. And I look forward to connecting with you for years to come.
Well,
So
wonderful.
yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. And we will be right back. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I ask you to please go like Metro Magazine on Facebook, all one word. We have lots of great information on upcoming events. And you can visit us at spiritofOmaha.com as well, with lots of great information there about upcoming charity events. So I look forward to seeing you back here next week.